Hello guys, welcome to Rishad's Football Opinion, where I give the latest post-match reaction and also you get preview match reactions and opinions. Let's say a game is about to play, or sometimes we have post-match reactions where a game has just been played. Today in this video, I am going to talk about Manchester United versus Burnley, which ended in 1-1. For those Manchester United fans, this is like the fourth and fifth time your team is drawing. I think it should be called Drawchester United. Yesterday, Manchester United played very well in the first half. They were able to get the first goal. But we saw in the second half, Burnley came back with certain counter-attack moves that made them get that first goal on their side. Now you see, when we go back to the formations, we see that Manchester United played a 4-3-2-1 formation and Burnley played a 4-4-2 formation. Burnley always play a 4-4-2 formation. 4-4-2 formation is more of a defensive counter-attack kind of formation where they play with two strikers. The wings sit on the same line with the number 6 and number 8. So they don't play with the wingers. They play with two strikers. And then knowing Burnley, they always sit low. They always sit back. So they have four defenders. The wing backs, the left wing back and the right wing back are nicely tucked in with the center defenders. Manchester United were able to get the first goal. They had like one or two goals which were deemed as offside, which I don't think was really offside. I think the VAR were a bit maybe they were a bit blind that day, so they denied Manchester United that goal. But Manchester United played very well in the first half. They were able to run down the channels, look for the spaces. Cavani, and I think that's the reason why Ronaldo was left out in that game, because Ronaldo is more of a tapping kind of striker. He's lost his dribbling skills, or he left in Juventus. I don't know what's happening. So they put Cavani on top with Marcus Rashford on the left and Jadon Sancho on the right. So he was able to run down those channels and scoring the goals, but the referee and the VAR said it was offside. What I saw from the Manchester United game is like they were too much going down the flanks. They were using the wings too much. Like they're kind of like playing rugby, going down the side to side, side to side. When you play a low block team, you are supposed to use those small spaces down the channels, down the middle. That's what Burnley were doing. They were not attacking from the sides. They were going directly at Maguire and Varane, and they were able to score that equalizing goal. Once Burnley scored, they set back. That's what they always do. They did against Arsenal, they did against Southampton, they did against Wolves. That 4-4-2 formation, always, once they score, they always sit back. The same thing they did against Chelsea. When Chelsea scored one goal, they set back. They set back and waited for Chelsea to advance towards them, and then they broke up with those two strikers. Same thing they did against Manchester United yesterday. They were hitting them on the counters. One striker, Rodriguez, was able to bypass Varane and bypass Maguire and nutmeg De Gea. And that was a wrap for them. For Manchester United, a big team, to have a banter kind of performance against a team that is sitting in the bottom of the table, that's a big dismay. So I think Ralf Rangnick has to go back to the drawing board and see how he can get this team out of a drawing spell. Because Ole, the last coach Manchester United had, he was beating this team eyes closed. How in the hell does Ralf Rangnick, with that super squad he has of all the top class players in Europe, how does he draw against Burnley, a team that sits at the bottom of the league? So I think Ralf Rangnick has to go back to the drawing board. Or the Manchester United board have to look for another coach. Otherwise, if they go on like this, imagine now they want to go to the UEFA. If they're drawing against a team that is sitting at the bottom of the table, now how is it they're going to go to UEFA and play against Atletico Madrid? They'll be totally bombarded because Atletico Madrid, they've got good counter-attack players. On the other hand, we'll talk about Newcastle versus Everton. I think Lampard is still green. Evertonian fans, if you don't have patience, maybe you'll not have patience like Abramovich, who kicked Lampard out. Yesterday, he just proved to see that Lampard is still very green in coaching. He has not gotten that crisp of a manager yet. I think he still needs time, because yesterday Newcastle were totally bombing him down the flanks, especially when they're using one of the wingers. The guy with the Rasta, I forgot his name, but I'll put his name down in the description. He was bombing down the right wing, making the right crosses, making the right shots, creating good chances, and they were able to hit Everton on the counter attack and score them 3 goals. The way Frank Lampard played, he was playing with only one striker, Richarlison. When Richarlison gets the ball, he's a one-man army. The whole team is sitting behind. The wingers are sitting behind. Nobody was there to support him. And he got almost 4 to 5 chances. They were not committing anybody in the box. That is why their scoring chances were very low. Newcastle, on the other hand, when the midfielder was getting the ball, crossing it down, the wingers, the number 6s, the number 8s, the number 7s, the number 11s, the number 9s, all of them in the box. The more bodies you commit in the box, the higher chances of you getting a goal is very high. Getting a penalty or a free kick or a goal or a rebound is very high. So, on my opinion, Frank Lampard is still green. He needs to go back to the drawing board and know how he can set this team, bring it up to the standard of EPL to start winning games. Because the reason why he's there is because the other coach was sacked. The other coach, out of 15 games, he won 3 and draw 1, and he lost the rest. That brought him to the sacking. So you guys, write down in the comment section. Let me know if Manchester United played a good game. According to my opinion, they played a shite game, and they really need to pull up their socks. Thank you guys. Take care.